Good evening, I'm Benjamin Metzner.
And I'm Sabrina Schoenwald.
It is 7 o'clock and this is Action News at 7. Tonight, we will be taking a look into the actions of Greece's third bailout that was announced last Thursday. This bailout will be taking place in August in hopes to end the phase of crisis that has been dragging on for 8 years, half of the Eurozone's existence.
While things seem to be looking up for Greece, there is still somewhat of a standstill on what happens next to ensure that Greece can continue to grow as a stable economy in the Eurozone. The influential Bank of Greece governor, Yannis Stanaris, has made this position clear that a precautionary credit line would assist the Greek economy after the end of the current bailout in August by stating that such a perspective would keep borrowing costs low and aid the country's full return to the sovereign money markets.
However, the Greek government opposes this idea quite strongly, instead looking to make a clean break from the era of crisis by asking for loose supervisions of the economic standing of the country, rather than implementing a program that would likely create a framework that instills new conditions for the country. In an interview last week with Monetary Commissioner Pierre Moscovici, he tells reporters that although he does acknowledge that Greece is in need of a post-program surveillance, he wants it to be just like it would be in any other country. As he put it, a normal member of the Eurozone with full rights and full duties, of course.
The government currently being run by arguably the most radical leftist prime minister of the European democracy since the post-1945 era claims that the economy will be backed by a protective cash buffer, but many seem skeptical of this claim given Greece's financial past. When speaking about the proposal the government wishes to pursue, Moscovici emphasizes that the plan as he wants it would mean that they would have a growth strategy that is Greece-owned, and that as a package, a debt and a post-program surveillance that would be adapted along the way.
It was a very interesting interview to watch, Sabrina. What I found interesting was how confident he seemed with the economic growth occurring internally in Greece. To help us answer some of the questions many people around the world may have, we have the pleasure of welcoming economic specialist Chris Liu.
Thank you, Ben and Sabrina.
So Chris, how do you feel about the claims made by Mr. Moscovici that the economy in Greece is stable and improving? Is this enough that they won't be turning to the European Union for more financial help in the upcoming years?
Well, Ben, I think there's some truth in what he's saying. The reason people are jumping on board with his claim is simply because they haven't come far enough along yet to show true concrete results to the larger population. But he's not wrong in saying that the situation is getting better.
But is that enough to risk another plummet in Greece's financial situation on their third bailout in 8 years?
That's where it becomes tricky, because it's a gamble. But it might be the time for Greece to gamble in order to see some reward. Even the finance minister is adamant that Greece will not need a precautionary credit line. He will be embarking on an attempt to attract investor interest through contacts and other operations.
That does seem promising. Thank you very much, Chris.
Thanks for having me, and back to you.
I think there is something to be said for the pushback on the credit line if it creates a framework for Greece where they are still left acting in the hands of another, stronger European country.
You're absolutely right, Sabrina. While the public may not see it, the current Prime Minister has committed Greece to running annual surpluses of 3.5% of economic output up to 2022. He has kept Greece in the currency union, and they have accumulated 30 billion euros worth of bonds into the 5 new benchmark issues in an effort to improve trading liquidity.
This is all very true. It will be interesting to see if they can keep this apparent progress up until the bailout in August, and if they can do so without the need of a precautionary credit line.
With that, we conclude tonight. Thank you for watching. For more updates on the progress of the bailout, visit our website or follow us on Facebook. This has been Channel 7 Action News at 7. Good night.
Good night.